Welcome to another Explore Everyday video. This is going to be a mashup. It's spring break 2025 from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Day one has been stormy. We've been under a marginal risk here in South Florida, and we have a severe storm that is coming just north of us. It might even clip us a little bit here in the hotel. I got a big sturdy wall right here, so I'm able to sit out here for the whole storm. And I got my GoPro on the edge here that's going to also catch the whole storm. So night one, we had a couple storms go south of us by Miami and north of us by West Palm and Delray throughout the afternoon. Now we got our action here coming through maybe the last storm of the night. So it's going to be a mashup video, maybe a little storm chasing, maybe a little astro if we get a clear night, and hope obviously some sunrises. I'm facing straight east here, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. But right now, I'm going to brace for a severe thunderstorm, and let's see what this looks like. Spring break 2025. Fast as I gave that intro to a severe storm, it's just falling apart as soon as it hit the coast. We had one big clap of lightning and thunder right over the hotel, but there's not even lightning off in the distance or coming up from the west anymore. You can see the rain line out there, so you can see the storm is pushing out over the ocean, but the lightning, the thunder, there's nothing. One thunder. We'll see if it even rains here. Put my hand out on the balcony. It's dripping. It's dripping. This is our excitement. So there you can see our storm. It's still got the severe box on it. And there's a statement going all the way down. We're Deerfield Beach, the blue circle there. There was the lead cell. It doesn't even have really much lightning or hail with it. We'll see if this back cell can pick up a little steam here before it hits the coast. Yeah, wah-wah, not too exciting.
Par 1.
Morning from Deerfield Beach, Florida. Out trying a little astrophotography here this morning in some less than ideal conditions. I'm out in front of the Embassy Suites in Deerfield Beach. The pier's about a half mile north, and in the background you can see the Hillsborough Inlet Lighthouse flashing. So my thought this morning is I came down to try to get a couple Milky Way shots. We're in portal class 8 or 9 here in South Florida. Even though we're shooting out into the Atlantic, it's still super bright. I tried to get a few shots of the Milky Way. We'll see what they look like on the computer, but I'm not optimistic. So my next two things for this morning while the family sleeps is we are going to have a very small crescent moon, I think around 11%. Rising at about 6:04 this morning off over the ocean. So I'm going to try to time-lapse that and do some live video with my 180 millimeter. And then obviously we're here for sunset as well, which is at 7:20ish this morning. So we'll watch the crescent moon rise for about an hour and 15 minutes. Then we'll watch the sunrise, hopefully capture some Florida vibes with these two things, and then go catch a nap, and then it's beach time with the family. Stick around and let's see what we can get this morning. And I did already get a pretty cool looking meteor, just taking a test shot of the Milky Way. So I'll put that up now, and then we will wait for that moonshot. My attempt to photograph the Milky Way just didn't work out. I couldn't see it naked eye to help frame up a shot, and it was likely much higher in the sky than when I had photographed it just a couple days earlier in northern Minnesota. And I was out right at the end of astronomical twilight. Although, I did capture the constellation that I don't feel I've noticed. Corona Australis, the circle-shaped grouping of stars. In fact, the Milky Way should be visible just to the right of Corona Australis. After digging in, Corona Australis will drift across the southern horizon here in Minnesota as we move into summer. For the Milky Way in Florida, in the end, it was really a half-hearted effort. Now on to that crescent moon. Well, this has been a morning of good news and bad news. We'll start with the good news. It's a beautiful morning here in Deerfield Beach, Florida. The bad news is it's been a morning of comical errors one after another, mostly self-inflicted. So we had the crescent moonrise and it was pretty awesome. Came up nice and orange right off the horizon of the ocean. Although I missed the rise because where I was set up, there was literally one palm tree in the general vicinity where the moon would be rising, and I kept looking and looking. So this is where I started for my moon shot, and it's this tree. The moon was behind that little tree. I thought it was gonna come up more over here between the tree and those rocks, and it came up right behind that tree. So I missed maybe the first minute or 90 seconds of the moon coming up right behind that tree. Unbelievable. So I missed the tip of the moon coming up off the horizon. Second comical error, I grabbed my 28 to 70 instead of my 70 to 180 lens. I still got good footage of the moon coming up, but not as zoomed in as I would have liked. I only shot it at 70 and not 180. So another comical error. And the fourth weird thing, it is busier than heck at 5 a.m. People everywhere, and it's still pitch dark out. So now we're gonna get ready for sunrise here. I'm kind of not overly motivated for the sunrise. There's really not any clouds where the sun's gonna come up, so I'll probably set up a time lapse, maybe do some video and just enjoy the morning. I can't go back to the room till I wake everybody up. So yeah, this is it. Not to say I didn't get some shots. I played with the lifeguard house, with the moon kind of coming through it. Played with that. I did get some, I hope, interesting moon shots, but definitely not entirely what I thought it was going to be. And as I'm looking at the sky right now, and I'll flip the camera around, it is hazy clouds off to the west, so those might actually catch and be more interesting than the sunrise off to the east. So I might actually be doing something facing west away from the sunrise. Now you gotta stick around to find out. I just love how the light dances across the ocean in this final time-lapse. When I make these travel videos, I'm at the mercy of the light conditions when I sneak out while the family sleeps. And just like that, another trip is in the books. I was able to capture lightning over the Deerfield Beach pier, a meteor reaching for the horizon, a ship passing directly beneath the rising sun, and dramatic waves of light on this final morning. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.